Everybody, Tim here with today's Star Wars review, part 3 of Season 1 of Rebels. The last part for Season 1. Season 1's a pretty short season, it's only 14 episodes. So, overall, it was great. It had its low points, but it definitely went out with a bang. I would say the first episode, not so great. Episode 10, Idiot's Array. It's Lando. Like, that's really all you need. Like, why is Lando in it? He's voiced by Billy D. Williams, which is fantastic. Great to see him come back again. But, like, it just felt kind of shoehorned in there. Just like I said with R2-D2 and C-3PO, like, it's like, why is it necessary? And it's kind of the same problem we had with Clone Wars. Like, anytime we saw, like, when we saw Captain Akbar, it's like, is it really necessary? Sometimes they pulled it off, and it was great, like seeing Admiral Tarkin and stuff like that. Sometimes it just felt forced, and this is definitely one of those where it kind of felt forced. The whole thing is Lando playing cards with Zeb. He bets Chopper. Of course, he loses, which I would love to see him like actually get caught cheating, because it's funny because we just watched the Solo movie not long ago where he was cheating. So the whole thing kind of introduces as Morgan, kind of a villain for the series. We will see him again throughout it, I'm sure. The like betting or putting up Hera as like the like, here I'm here to deliver her, but there's an escape pod. I loved the puffer pig was super cute, super adorable, loved it. We find out that Ezra's lightsaber is also a gun where he can actually shoot like concentrated like shots at him, so I thought that was kind of cool. Overall, it was okay. It wasn't fantastic, but it was still pretty good. Episode 11, Vision of Hope, is kind of a sad one. It's all about Travis, once again voiced by Brent Spiner. I kind of want to do like a list, like how many Star Trek, Star Wars actors do we have? I'm sure somebody's already done it, but I want to do my own. God, let's see. We see the kid from the Cadet episode where he calls Ezra Dev Morgan, and I was like, oh, it's sad because he still doesn't know who you are. Kahless pops up, and... Again, it's so dumb, but they're sticking with the continuity where he's like, oh, the Jedi Knight, Kanan, oh, the Padawan, Jabba, because he gave, in the pilot episode, he gave the name Jabba the Hutt, which he has to know that, but he still called him that, so I loved it. And then, of course, we find out Travis is a traitor, which, I don't know, it's not really surprising. I feel like Brent Spiner's always kind of more on the evil side with most of his roles. Could be wrong, but that's just kind of my take on it. So overall, again, it was okay, but it was what it was, I guess. So episode 12, Call to Action, we actually see Grand Moff Tarkin. Phenomenal. It's great. Especially, like I just said, we rewatched Clone Wars. I just we haven't gotten that far yet. So yeah, just Clone Wars, where we see Captain, or Admiral? I think it was an Admiral. Admiral Tarkin was great. And then, of course, Tarkin is a bigger role in both Rogue One and Episode 4. So it's great to kind of see that continuity going on. And just his whole thing about, like, I knew the Jedi. And where he's like, this Kanan really lives up to his reputation. And he's like, I doubt it. Or he makes the Jedi live up to their reputation. And just his whole, like, I doubt it. Because he doesn't like the Jedi. But he's like, I'm not going to underestimate them either. And it's just like, Tarkin is so evil and he's so great. Like, I absolutely love his character. And it's kind of funny because it's weird because you watch the original series where they're just like, oh, that old religion died. And then you watch like the prequel movies and you're like, okay, so there's Jedi everywhere in the galaxy. And they've been gone for like 15 years. So it's like, where was I 15 years ago? I was in high school. A lot of time has passed. I mean, a lot has changed in the world. I can't even imagine what's changed on like a cosmic scale. But it's like, you know, to go from this huge, massive religion to like, nope, they're all dead in 15 years. Like, I don't know. Everybody seems like, are they real? Yeah, you kind of knew they were in the giant war that was going on 15 years ago. So, I don't know. The whole thing just seemed really weird to me. Kanan surrendering and then Ezra making his phone call, like, out to the galaxy to, like, we need to rally together. It was good. I really liked it. This was kind of like, you could feel the like swing. It's like we finally like fell off that perch like a roller coaster and we're going towards the ending. Episode 13, Rebel Resolve, felt like a two-parter. We're kind of in those story arcs now where Fulcrum's like, you need to call off the search for Kanan. Like, this wasn't your thing. You were supposed to be in hiding. What are you doing? Ezra making a deal, which you know is great foreshadow. It's going to come back and bite him in the ass. The droid couriers, it is what it is. We get it. When, oh my God, when they're like, you know, this droid's actually really good. We should keep both of them. And Chopper's like, bye, and just shoves him out the air. I was like, Chopper just killed that droid. Like, granted, it's a kid's show, so they had to show him, like, pop up there at the end. But still, I was like, Chopper just killed that droid. He's just like, no, bitch. And I was like, damn. And they were like, oh, so where's Kanan going? The Mustafar system. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's, we're going to hell. Got it. Okay, that's fine. That's a thing. So already super into it. And then it kind of brings us to the last episode, episode 14, Fire Across the Galaxy, where they bring in, or they talk about how Ezra and Zeb didn't actually crash the TIE fighter. They hit it. Again, great references to previous episodes. Absolutely love it. Sabine knew about it, and she tie-dyed it. I can't even with the tie-dye. It's funny. It is what it is. Seeing Chopper call Fulcrum, and when Fulcrum's just like, who is this? I was like, this is great. The Inquisitor versus Ezra and Kanan is a terrific battle. Absolutely loved it. And then when he just kind of lets go, I was like, why? Like, it's like Darth Maul all over again. Like, Darth Maul is such a good villain in episode 1, and then it's like, boop, there he goes. The Inquisitor is so badass in all of season 1, and it's like, what, how are they going to top that? Well, they answer their own question, because we find out, there's so many, like, boom, hits just coming at you left and right. I had goosebumps on my arms. I was on the edge of my seat. I couldn't even drink my drink. I was just holding it like... And it was fantastic, where Bail Organa pops up again, and you're like, ooh, hey, look, we know you from the droid episode. So, pointless episode, but we get it. It brought Bail Organa into it. Fulcrum, big spoiler alert, is revealed to be Ahsoka Tano. I can't even. It's been 15 years since we've seen Ahsoka. I mean, technically, this show actually came out before the last season of Rebels, or before the last season of Clone Wars, but still, like, to see, especially see the last season of Clone Wars, where she survived 66, and we get all of that backstory, and now she's, like, leading the Rebels. Like, it is amazing to see Ahsoka. Super excited. We got some foreshadow before, like, on the planet where, like, the sun and the aliens couldn't come out in the sun, and the boxes from Fulcrum had, like, her little face ridges, like, markings on the boxes, and it's like, oh my God, like, it was right there in front of us. They knew it. It's great, and I love it. And like I said, I had goosebumps. I was like, I can't believe it's Ahsoka right now. And then, of course, when Moff Tarkin shows up with Kahless, and he's like, you know what? Okay, we're replacing the Inquisitor, and we're not half-assing this anymore. We're done. We're putting a stop to it. And who fucking Vader just walks off the ship, and you're like, this is amazing. Like, we see Ahsoka, and we get Anakin in the same episode. I can't even. I am so excited for season 2. Like, how can they up it? So, I don't know. Like, season 1 turned out to be a bigger twist than I thought it was going to be, and I can't wait for season 2. Curious what you guys thought about season 1 overall. Like, do you like the Clone Wars connections? Do you not like them? Do you wish there were more or less? What are you guys thinking about season 1? Let me know, and I will see you guys next time.